Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my final team selection for game week 9 and any transfers that I'm thinking of making. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment what players are you bringing in this week, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, the international break is finally over, and we're straight back into FPL. I haven't really touched my team at all over the international break, because I haven't really needed to. It looks really, really good on paper. I've had no injuries, knock on wood. I'm recording this before all the press conferences, so hopefully we're all good in that field. Obviously, if we do get any injury updates in the press conferences, I'll have to adapt my team to that. But as of right now, it's all looking good. So in goal, we do have Turner, who has Luton at home, expecting a clean sheet really from this fixture. Forest are really, really good at home, and Luton don't look good at all at the moment. So hopefully we can keep a clean sheet in that game and hopefully pick up the 3 points, because we very much need it. Like, Luton at home is one of the best fixtures of the season. We were able to pick up 3 points at home to Sheffield United, even though we made it very difficult for ourselves. Chris Wood scoring in like the last minute or whatever. Hopefully Luton's a lot easier, but I think if you've got Turner or like any other keeper this week, you'd probably just play Turner, unless you've just got like a much better option. But there's not really that many better options. I think Turner at home to Luton is a solid pick this week, and if you've got him, I'd just play him. Like, my other option is Areola. He's got Villa away. Like, Villa away is a tough fixture, so there's no way in hell I'm going to be playing Areola over Turner. Again, he could keep a clean sheet. No idea if he will or not, but we're going with Turner. Anyway, that's my goalkeeper. At the back, we have Matty Cash, who's got West Ham at home, Porro, who's got Fulham at home, and Byrne, who's got Crystal Palace at home. I think Porro actually just had a price rise last night. I think I actually just made like 0.3 mil last night from price rises, because Porro went up, Salah went up, and Neto went up, so I was really happy about that. And there's still a chance that Watkins could go up as well. I think I saw that he needed like 150,000 more managers to bring him in, which is doable just before the deadline. That's definitely doable. So that'd be really, really beneficial. But yeah, I'll definitely take 0.3 on my players. So yeah, Cash, Porro, and Byrne at the back. So yeah, Cash, a really, really good option. West Ham at home. Again, his numbers are absolutely ridiculous this season. He's basically playing as like an attacker, and any clean sheet that you get is just a bonus. Like, if Villa do concede, you know, don't be like, oh, that's nothing from Cash then, because he very much is capable of scoring or getting assists or anything like that. Like, he's one of the best defenders to own this season. If I didn't have him, I'd be very, very worried, because he has got haul potential every single fixture, and especially with the fixtures that they've got coming up, like obviously West Ham at home, which is probably the toughest fixture they've got coming up over the next like 5 or whatever. They've got West Ham at home, then they've got Luton at home, Forest away, Fulham at home, fair enough, Spurs away is tough, and then they've got Bournemouth away, and then when they've got like City, Arsenal, obviously you start offloading them and stuff like that. But for the next like 5 or 6 fixtures, he's just a set and forget. You don't have to worry about him. Hopefully we'll get quite a few attacking returns and maybe some clean sheets over those fixtures as well. Barring any injury, he is a player that is not going to be moving out of my squad for a very, very long time. Porro as well, also a really, really nice option. Obviously Spurs fixtures, they're still good for a little bit. Obviously Chelsea at home's a, you know, I mean, that's an okay fixture. They've got Fulham, Palace, they've got Wolves and Villa. Like, you don't need to get rid of any like Spurs players really, but there are options out there with better fixtures. Like, you've got your Brighton players, you've got your Arsenal players that are obviously going to have better fixtures. But I'm absolutely fine keeping Porro. You know, his numbers have been really, really good. I definitely prefer him to Udogie. Obviously a little bit more expensive, but with that extra money, you are paying for the higher attacking numbers and stuff like that. He's getting a lot more forward. He should have scored in the Luton fixture, really. So yeah, Porro I'm really, really happy with in my team. And then also finishing off the back line, we do have Dan Byrne. Big Dan Byrne hopefully can score some sort of goal or get an assist or something like that. Potentially can keep a clean sheet against Crystal Palace. Again, does not kind of cover Trippier in the slightest, but I just don't have the funds to bring in Trippier. If you are a Botman owner, there is actually a little bit of information that's just come out about him. I think Hal just said that the 2 weeks have helped him, but like we don't know if he's going to start or not. So yeah, with Botman, it's going to be a bit of a headache if you're going to play him or not, because like I say, he's just said that the 2 weeks have been good for him, but there's been no information on whether he's going to play or not. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe get some early team news. Is very unlikely, but so that's the back line there. Very, very happy with the defenders and the goalkeeper. In midfield, we do have Bowen, who's got Villa away. I'm really a big fan of Bowen. I hope that he does numbers this week. I think he potentially could. The only problem is that obviously he's playing Matty Cash, so if Bowen scores, Cash loses clean sheet. If Cash gets a clean sheet, then Bowen doesn't score. But again, as I just said, Cash is very capable of getting attacking returns. So in an ideal world, Bowen scores a brace, Cash scores a goal and gets an assist. That would be absolutely perfect. We'll have to see what happens, but that's the only like annoying fixture really that I've got this week. But again, it's just one player that's affected by it, or two players that are affected by it. But hopefully Bowen can still do something. We then have Salah, who's got Everton at home. Really nice fixture for Salah. Very much a captaincy shout this week as well. There's quite a few good captaincy shouts this week. I think he's going to be my vice captain. I think I'm still going to go Haaland, just simply because Brighton's defensive numbers have been absolutely atrocious. They've still not got Estepinian as well, and they've not really got a really good player to fill that spot as well. So Haaland is going to be hungry for goals. He's not scored in a couple of games now, so hopefully he will just hit the ground running and get like a hat-trick or something like that. Would be perfect. But yeah, Salah at home to Everton, still a really nice option. We've also got Maddison and Son, who have got Fulham at home. Again, still tripling up on that Spurs, the Spurs midfielders and the defenders. So yeah, it will be a couple of weeks before I get rid of those. But it's an easy swap to like Bukayo Saka or something like that from Son if need be. There is actually a little bit of information about Saka as well. Basically, Arteta said that he's going to make a late call on whether he's going to start him, because he's not like his fitness still isn't there. They've got a training session like today, and yeah, he's gonna basically see how he is with that. So yeah, if you are a Saka owner, it's a tough one. Like, I think if you're on wildcard 10, Saka out is probably the punt this week, and just bring in like a player that, you know, potentially could do well. Like I say, if you're wildcarding in game week 10, you just bring him back in, because he's 8.5 now anyway. So if you bought him, if you started the season with him, which most people did, you're not going to lose any money on him, because he's not gone up to 8.6. He's gone down now to 8.5. So yeah, if I was going to take a punt this week, if I was going to wildcard in 10, it would probably be Saka out, just because like if he doesn't play but he like comes on, it's like most likely a 1-pointer. It's not even like the best fixture anyway. It's like what, Chelsea away, so it's not even like it's not even incredible. So I don't think it's really worth it. But yeah, if I was, like I say, if I was on a wild card, I'd take that punt. But either way, I don't have him. I've got Maddison and Son in midfield, and also I've got Neto, who's got Bournemouth away. He's a little bit of a diffie, really. Not a lot of people do own Neto, so if he could get something against Bournemouth, then that'd be great. Again, has only blanked twice this season, and they've got some nice fixtures coming up. Obviously, Newcastle at home's tough. Probably won't play him that week. But you know, Sheffield United away, Bournemouth away. Very happy playing him with those fixtures. And if things get bad, I can always downgrade him to somebody like Cole Palmer, who's only like 4.9, potentially is going to be on penalties. He did just take one and scored one. And there's quite a few penalty takers on the pitch as well. So yeah, for 4.9, if Cole Palmer keeps starting and is on penalties, then I think it's an absolute bargain. Obviously, Chelsea's fixtures are horrendous for the next like 5. But this isn't me. Like, I wouldn't be bringing him in like anytime soon. Like, Neto is fine for the next like say 5, and even after that, like the Arsenal game, then they've got Burnley and Forest and West Ham. Like, it's not even a bad player to have at all, and if he keeps, you know, returning, then, you know, definitely take that. So anyway, that is the midfield, and then up top we have Watkins, who's got West Ham at home, and then Haaland, who's also got Brighton at home. So yeah, all home fixtures this week, apart from 2 players, which is very nice. Don't usually have that. So yeah, Watkins I think could easily do numbers this week. Obviously Haaland hopefully does numbers because he's my captain, but like I say, Salah's a good captaincy shout, Son's a good captaincy shout. It's really whichever your gut is kind of going towards, but they're all good options. And then on the bench we've got Areola, who's got Villa away, Archer, who's got United at home, Anderson, who's got Newcastle away, and then Kabore, who's got Forest away as well. So like I say, that's my team on paper for Game Week 9. I don't think I really need to do anything. I'm very much happy just to roll the transfer, unless there's like a big injury update. Like Son, I saw that he did, he was like kind of limping at half time, but then he like came out and scored in the second half. So I think he's like nursing a small injury, so hopefully that doesn't affect him too much. But that's the only kind of like doubt I really have in my team. Everybody looks absolutely fine. So yeah, that's the team on paper. Going into transfers, I've only got 0.1 in the bank, so I can't really do much with it. I've got 1 free transfer, so yeah, probably just going to roll this week. And then next week, I potentially could get rid of Anderson for Gabriel. But the thing is, if I get rid of Anderson that week, I'm just going to lose all these good fixtures that Anderson has then got. Like Burnley, Everton, and Luton. Like, I may as well have him for that. You know, he's one of their best players this season. And I'm not going to play him for the Newcastle game. Spurs, like, I don't need to play him. I can literally just play Cash, Burn, and Porro. And yeah, the problem is, I mean, with that situation, it's either Neto or Anderson that I play, because I'm not going to be playing Archer against Arsenal. So I'll probably just play Neto that week, and just, you know, I know that he's playing my Newcastle friend, but it is what it is. So yeah, or I could obviously just bring in Gabriel that week. I mean, it's not the worst decision in the world. I can even get rid of Porro that week and bring in Gabriel, because You know, it's Sheffield United at home for Gabriel or Crystal Palace away for Porro. And then it's Chelsea at home to Porro, and then Wolves and then Villa. And, like, the thing is, if I do keep Porro, like, Chelsea at home is obviously, like, an okay fixture. But then Wolves, I've got a player playing him. And then Villa, I've got players playing him. So I don't think it's really necessary something that I need to hold on to. And then it's City and then West Ham and Newcastle. Like, I'll probably just get rid of Porro next week, to be fair. Like, yeah, Crystal Palace is a good fixture, but it's not really needed. And I've got 2 free transfers. So let's say next week I do get rid of him for Gabriel. That does actually get me a little bit of money as well. That gives me 0.5 in the bank. So that'd be 1 free transfer in game week 10. And then I have, like, say, 0.5 to do something else with. So, I mean, off the top of my head, there's not really any other players that I need to bring in. But, you know, if Saka does go down to 8.4, I could even bring Saka in as well. And I would just have enough money to do that. Like, Saka is obviously 8.5 at the moment. But if he doesn't play, and then obviously goes down again to 8.4, then I can obviously bring him in, and I'll just have enough for for the 8.4. But that's something I very much could do. Obviously, Brighton players are also a thing that I need in my team, and another thing that I could do is, unfortunately, I can't upgrade Neto to Mitoma because I wouldn't have the money for that. There could be a Brighton defender that I bring in as well. I could also bring in Simicast as well in game week 10, because obviously they've got really nice fixtures, and obviously it looks like Robertson's out for like 10 weeks, so Simicast wouldn't be that bad as well. I mean, I don't think I will do that because I don't really necessarily think my team needs it. I'd much rather be concentrating like Arsenal and Brighton players to bring in. It'd be Mitoma in most likely, but again, who do I get out of that? I'd have to have a look. I mean, I could get rid of Bowen, but there's not really much point. So I'll have to think about that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But either way, for game week 10, for game week 9, I should say, this will be my team. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a like, leave a comment. What is your team looking like for game week 9? Subscribe if you're brand new. It's everything from me. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time, peace.